Hi everyone, welcome to an exclusive deep dive into the future of work with our webinar of Workplace of the Future, Thriving in the Age of Agentic AI. So we're proudly presenting you this webinar from the PGDM Online Programme at SPJIMR. In this engaging webinar, you will have the chance to learn directly from the esteemed SPJIMR faculty, Professor Milind Kamath, who will guide you through the dynamic role of leaders, managers in the age of agentic AI. You will also learn how it is pivotal movement in our careers, and we are here to equip you with the insights and strategies needed to thrive in an AI-driven workplace. So we're privileged to have you, Professor Milind Kamath, and as our esteemed panelist, as an Associate Professor of Information Management and Analytics and the Chairman of Global Management Program at SPJIMR. You bring a wealth of knowledge gained from distinguished career spanning over 3 decades, including leadership roles, and your research expertise in digital technologies, social media marketing, and big data mining will definitely going to enrich our discussion and provide a great value to this webinar. So over to you, Professor Kamath.
Thank you, Varun, and welcome to all the participants and good evening to all of you. So we are in the interesting times going ahead. What we will cover today is evolution AI and the skill revolution. I think the world is changing. AI tools are all around us and they are changing every day, perhaps every hour. Earlier, the change used to happen maybe once in decade. It became once a year. Now it has become once a month. We will also see some of those tools in actions based on how much performance we get here. We will also see the most important part, that how the organization of the futures and what will be the impact on the future of work. And as the algorithmic management and organization starts emerging, because already you can see the language has changed. I remember 3 years back, I used to call many of the companies as digital native. Now today the word has shifted, and most of the company conversations are AI native. So there are many startups, and you will see some of the distinguished people talking on the video on that. And I will conclude with my thoughts how it will go further. So let us have some interesting poll regarding what is your biggest AI workforce challenge.
I'm going to end the poll in next 10 seconds. So if you have not submitted, please go ahead and submit your poll answer.
Varun, can we see the results?
Yes.
Yeah, AI will replace my job. 15 by 71, 23 by 71. I don't understand AI at all. And 14. So the majority is, I don't understand AI at all. So let us today unpack the AI part. But you can see the charts which are displayed. This is from the industry research. Various industries, the people are reacting very differently. You can see tech is the biggest part where 35% people are scared, saying that it will be job replacement. And you will see on the other side that most of the other factors like understanding gaps, slow adoption, tool complexity are different across the industries. What does this mean? Job security, if you see all big drum about all over the place, top concerns, 51% manufacturing worry about replacement. Knowledge gap varies by industry because AI is also knowledge intensive. People say it is very easy to use with ChatGPT, but I will show you during the course of this journey of next 1 hour that how different things and what is the new skill which is emerging, which is called AI interaction. And of course, organization needs to take an action. These are some of the key statistics I'm showing.
Professor Kamath, I just wanted to pause you. There is a gray patch coming on the right. So if there is any pop-up at your end, yeah,
Is
here
that,
only. Yeah.
yeah, that was coming, that chat was coming there.
Okay, now everything is visible. Thank you so much.
Okay. So you can see the world is having a different kind of a labor market, which is called digital labor. That means those agents, and you can see on the slide 4 trillion opportunity. So it will be a huge opportunity which will be unfolding along with the fear what you see of job replacement. Workers are affected by large language models, and we will see how that is getting impacted. And almost 79% companies are started to use AI agents. So I think some are in the initial stage, some are in advance. Those who are following regularly this model, you can see Salesforce has replaced many of their people using agents, and he himself, the CEO, calls it that agent force. That so it is a very interesting. There is a shift in job market as well. So the first part is why this is important today. This matters because of 4 important dimensions. Number one, if you know this skill, of course, you can accelerate your career progression and with augmented AI skills. So that is opportunity number one. Number two, you can increase the productivity and impact by 10x. I mean, it is a huge, I use it regularly. I think the productivity improvement impact is huge. You can develop also future leadership capabilities because they are very different than what you see today. And of course, you can navigate workflows transformation successfully. So it matters now, and everybody needs to understand. I mean, one of the keys I used to mention, internet has democratized information. That means information prior to internet was available to only few privileged people. Now information is available from rural India, those who knows India, or for Africa for that matter. Everybody has an equal access on the internet. If you know how to do the browsing, you will get the information. AI will do one more different thing of democratization. It will democratize intelligence. So if you know this skill, you will able to compete with equally intelligent people. So as we move further, AI will democratize intelligence. Just see and listen to Eric Schmidt. He is the leader, ex-Google CEO, and he says we have underhyped. Most of the people say that it is overhyped, but he is a very distinguished leader, ex-Google CEO. He says we have underhyped and the revolution will be far bigger than what we think. Just listen to him and then I will take the takeaways.
Let's go back. You said the arrival of non-human intelligence is a very big deal. And this photo, taken in 2016, feels like one of those quiet moments where the earth shifted beneath us, but not everyone noticed. What did you see back then that the rest of us might have missed?
In 2016, we didn't understand what was now going to happen, but we understood that these algorithms were new and powerful. What happened in this particular set of games was in roughly the second game, there was a new move invented by AI in a game that had been around for 2,500 years that no one had ever seen. Technically, the way this occurred was that the system of AlphaGo was essentially organized to always maintain a greater than 50% chance of winning. And so it calculated correctly this move, which was this great mystery among all of the Go players, who are obviously insanely brilliant, mathematical and intuitive players. The question that Henry, Craig Mundy, and I started to discuss, right, is what does this mean? How is it that our computers could come up with something that humans had never thought about? I mean, this is a game played by billions of people. And that began the process that led to 2 books, and I think, frankly, is the point at which the revolution really started.
If you fast forward to today, it seems that all anyone can talk about is AI, especially here at TED, but you've taken a contrarian stance. You actually think AI is underhyped. Why is that?
And I'll tell you why. Most of you think of AI as, I'll just use the general term as ChatGPT. For most of you, ChatGPT was the moment where you said, oh my God, this thing writes, and it makes mistakes, but it's so brilliantly verbal. Right, that was certainly my reaction. Most people that I knew did that.
It was visceral, yeah.
This was 2 years ago. Since then, the gains in what is called reinforcement learning, which is what AlphaGo helped invent and so forth, allow us to do planning. And a good example is look at OpenAI O3 or DeepSeek R1, and you can see how it goes forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. It's extraordinary. In my case, I bought a rocket company because it was like interesting, and I know
As one does.
as one does. And it's an area that I'm not an expert in, and I want to be an expert, so I'm using deep research. And these systems are spending 15 minutes writing these deep papers. It's true for most of them. Do you have any idea how much computation 15 minutes of these supercomputers is? It's extraordinary. So you're seeing the arrival, the shift from language to language. Then you have language to sequence, which is how biology is done. Now you're doing essentially planning and strategy. The eventual state of this is the computers running all business processes, right? So you have an agent to do this, 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 and you concatenate them together, and they speak language among each other. They typically speak English language.
So you can see the takeaway from the video. The arrival of non-human intelligence is a very big deal by Eric Schmidt. He said ChatGPT is only a small part of this revolution. Agents is the future. Agents will do business processes and many things. And if you have seen that video very carefully, he says there are many new things which will get discovered, which human being never thought of, like that AlphaGo example. Another key point to be noted that AI transformation magnitude exceed all previous tech revolutions, all technology revolutions from radio to television to internet to IoT, you name them, it will be far bigger revolution. Organizations are unprepared for speed of change. As I mentioned earlier, it was a decade. In 10 years, one wave used to come. Now the waves are coming every month. Early adopters are gaining exponential advantage. So you can see opportunities and threat from both the sides. So let us spend some time on agentic AI, the autonomous workflows. What does? This is a very simple workflow I have shown on the slide. You can see customer order, process payment, fraud check, ship the order and follow. Now the question is, there are many people work on this workflow. And many of the retail companies, you will find people work on this customer service app. I will just mimic, and both the animations are created by the AI. You can see without intervention how it will work. They autonomously will see. Check the fraud. They will exchange the information. Remember Eric Schmidt's video? He says AI will start making decisions. This is a big deal. Because AI is not only generating content, it will start making decisions. You can see these agents, or if I go here, you can see how it will work. They will see the information and then see whether the order should be shipped or not. And this is how the new revolution will come, right? So agentic AI acts autonomously. That is a big deal. That means it will attend many of those jobs which are presently done can get automated. It is a big opportunity, very big opportunity, but 80% of the workers will be impacted by this change. 39% of the skill needs to be updated, and early adopters will gain the advantage. So let us see how we have reached this stage, right? Can we have the poll, please?
Poll will be live for another 20 seconds. Do fill your answers.
Very interesting to see what your peers think, and I will also give you an industry insights from this poll. So do vote. So excellent. Out of the 97, you can see 50 people say I use the AI tools daily. So that was good. Adoption is very high, and I experiment but don't use regularly. These are the two big ones. Let us see what the industry says. Let us go back and see what industry views are. You can see, as you saw on the poll here, 60% of the tech professionals use AI daily. And you can see other industries. Uniformly, there is a difference. Finance being high because it's an information-centric industry. Marketing is very high, and it reduces as we go further. So what this means for your career? If you are able to adopt, you will get competitive advantage. Experimentation phase is critical because everybody is learning. You have also an opportunity to learn. Industry gaps create opportunities. Immediately you can accelerate your career. Start small and think big because everybody is learning. So you are you. So if you take a step and start learning, it will be very interesting and your career can get a boost. So just to put it in context, you may have seen, many of you have seen artificial intelligence. Then machine learning came, people talking. There are many courses on machine learning. Deep learning came with AlphaGo. This is where for many years we were on this first part. Then we started suddenly November 2022, generative artificial intelligence. We started hearing the new language called large language models. Then we had the GPT, GPT-4, Chat GPT. That is how the trend moved. And you can see this is a constant because we have large data getting generated after 2007 from smartphone, because 70% of the global population, close to 60% of the time finger on the smartphone, generating huge data. And that is not the only data. There are sensors gone on machines, so they also generate huge data. That data has a lot of context and knowledge. And we are trying to get that particular knowledge and put the actions. And these are the systems which we are trying to build. And you can see the two distinctive one. This was an AI we knew for 20 years, which is called classification. And those who knows machine learning, there are large number of machine learning algorithms. But the key difference between these two, you can see here this funnel. We give large training data, label data. It is very difficult to get that data, and we get one classification. So it is a huge training, testing, and very thin output, because after getting that training, you will get one classification. Here is the new revolution. You get a very thin prompt. You give a very thin input and it gives large context, content it generates. So this is the fundamental difference. So your effort of training that particular model dramatically reduce, and that opens explosive possibilities. So just a history. 1950 was the Turing test. Those who know, these are the events. 1956 was the Dartmouth Conference of Artificial Intelligence. 1997, IBM's Deep Blue beats Kasparov. 27 is a very important watershed moment. Attention is all you need, which started GPTs. And 2020, OpenAI released the first GPT. But till that time, we were not knowing what is OpenAI, what these GPTs are. And then the event occurs. That was in November 2022. AI revolution happened. The new general purpose calculator ChatGPT came. Because when I was young, I also need to have, can I have that Aladdin, the lamp, which can give me all my answers? And here was the lamp which came out called ChatGPT. But there was more profound thing happened with that. I'm in this field for last more than 40 years, seen number of evolution of computers. From my young age till November 2022, every time new computer language came, new architecture came, client server, machine learning, deep learning, I was told, you please get trained. November 2022, ChatGPT came and it told me, sir, you don't have to get trained. I will understand you. I will train you. That was the first time machine started understanding humans. They did not get trained. So many people, the download happened, they never got trained on ChatGPT. But everybody started using it. And that revolution is very big because it is able to understand what humans are. This is the first time it has happened that I don't have to learn, my computer is able to understand. Then something more happens. Core Enterprise private model came. Microsoft Bing started connecting LLMs. You can see OpenAI, GPT, and G7 principles came. So this was only 1 year. You can see it is 22 and 23. I said the history generally is 50 years, 60 years. Here it is only 1 year. And that is not all. You can see agentic AI started for last 9 months. So what is this agentic AI? These are large language model, machine learning, enterprise automation. It integrates all these things. The key of this, it is capable of taking autonomous decisions rather than the rule-based decisions. This is a big shift. Autonomous decision making as compared to rule-based decision making. So AI agents are everywhere. If you see, I have plotted the news right from on left-hand side from Microsoft to right-hand side to ServiceNow. Everybody is doing. If you go on internet, see the YouTube video from Workday to Salesforce, everybody will say how they are adopting agentic AI. So evolution first was the AI models, then machine learning, then large language models, and now it started integrating with what is known as agentic AI. So just to put it so that please remember this slide as I move further. This is the process automation. Many years we worked on this. All the computers till 2010 were on this particular part. After 2010, we started on this machine learning model called supervised AI ML, unsupervised AI ML, but what it was doing, the prediction. It is called predictive AI, classificatory AI. November 2022, we have this generative AI, which called ChatGPT, and then there are many other models came. You give a prompt and you get a content. And before we could settle down, you have here agentic AI, which is planning and strategy and decision making. So you can see the shift from generative AI to agentic AI is hardly 6 months. So even year is a very long period. Skills are changing within 6 months. This is a very big deal that how future will change. So just to tell you, agentic AI is autonomous, generative AI is creative. Agentic AI is goal-oriented. Generative AI is output-oriented. It gives you a text output, image output, video output. Agentic AI works on real-time environment. It is able to sense what is around, how to make the decision. It will go on internet, find out what is that. If you are in business strategy, it will give you real-time macroeconomic scenarios. What is the impact of Trump's tariffs? What is the impact of Ukraine war? It can, digest all that thing and will give you an output. Generative AI is content-based. Agentic AI is a continuous learning, adoption. It is an autonomous system and independent decision making. Independent decision making, and this is where the skills will have a profound shift. So this is what I covered, and it decomposes the task. So you will have to go give a goal to agent, and then agent decides. Those who have seen ChatGPT, there is a deep research. As soon as you do research, you will find a plan, how the plan is created by the one, and it will ask you, do you agree with the plan? Do you want to change the plan? And based on that, many agents will start working on the plan. So benefits will cover, and there are application of agentic AI in almost every sector. One of the biggest one is autonomous vehicles. I mean, there are many advances as well as there are many challenges, but autonomous vehicles are on the road in the United States. Many places they will come. I think the biggest impact of agentic AI also will be on the healthcare, because healthcare in many of the developing countries is very scarce. Doctors are not available. So with robots and artificial intelligence, many of those treatments which are presently scarce at many parts of the world, it is possible to do. Finance is a very important one. Algorithmic trading is mainstay today. Customer service applications. But there are challenges. So it is not some hunky-dory. I am here. Those who are interested can search internet. The agents were deployed, but sometimes agent can go rude. It can just behave. It will not able to control. There are some horror stories. This being a replete agent. It was working fine for many days, and suddenly there is a condition you saw on the Eric Schmidt's video that suddenly discovered something and went and deleted all the enterprise database. The company got compromised, security got compromised. So there are huge number of risks. So it is not that you take agent and everything will be done. You have to address what data this agent is trained on, bias, fairness, discrimination, security threats, and like this replete agent, loss of human control. So these are the challenges everywhere, and these challenges also leadership and managers have to know. So best practices, you have to say what is the ethical deployment of these kind of agents. You require robust security measures. It is continuous learning. So you will have to find a new data, new decisions, whether they are right or wrong. And human oversight cannot be replaced. So you will have to constantly monitor this monster called agent. Right. So this is the one I am keeping it for a few seconds so that you can see user request, AI agent acts, it is having perception, cognition, processing, and then it takes an action. So this loop goes through one to make an autonomous decision. So agentic AI is revolutionizing autonomous automation beyond simple processes, because our earlier processes were task automation. So you go and say a task A, and though it was very repetitive, it is very deterministic. You will have to write a rules and the process was automated. Today, you have another technology which is able to do this autonomously to achieve the goal. Your rules and his rules, AI rules could be very different. But the question is, you require guardrails on these particular agents. So agents today are in every field: customer service, marketing, data analysis, and development. So just to conclude, I will run what are the agents in 3 minutes so that you understand the context.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, I'm diving into something super exciting, agentic AI and how it's going to transform our world. First things first, what's agentic AI? Well, it's a type of artificial intelligence designed to act with a certain level of autonomy. Unlike traditional AI, which follows pre-programmed instructions, agentic AI can make decisions on its own to achieve specific goals. Think of it as having a digital assistant that doesn't just follow orders, but can actually think about the best way to help you. Now, why is this so game-changing? Let's break it down. Imagine factories where agentic AI optimizes production lines, reduces downtime, and ensures quality control. Your AI assistant doesn't just follow a set schedule. It adapts in real time to changing conditions, making the entire process more efficient. In mining, agentic AI can manage autonomous equipment, ensuring safety and maximizing resource extraction. That's the kind of seamless experience we're talking about, but it goes beyond just efficiency. In the defense sector, agentic AI can be used for surveillance, threat detection, and even autonomous drones, making operations safer and more effective. We're talking about saving lives and enhancing security. And what about other industrial applications? Agentic AI can revolutionize how industries operate. These systems can communicate with each other to optimize processes, reduce waste, and increase overall productivity. Imagine never having to deal with unexpected downtime. Sounds like a dream, right? Moving to other sectors, agentic AI can revolutionize how companies operate. From automating mundane tasks to making strategic decisions based on real-time data, this tech can free up human workers to focus on more creative and complex problems. It's like having the smartest, most efficient team member you could ever imagine. But with great power comes great responsibility. As we embrace agentic AI, we also need to consider the ethical implications. How do we ensure these systems act in our best interest? What about privacy and security concerns? These are questions we need to address as we move forward. So, in a nutshell, agentic AI isn't just another tech buzzword. It's a revolutionary advancement. It's set to impact every facet of our lives, from home and healthcare to transportation and business. The future is closer than we think, and it's going to be... Hey, what? Hey.
So you can see in the agentic AI, the part 2, which I have covered, it works autonomously, not just respond. ChatGPT responds because you give a prompt, you get an output, but agentic AI acts. So there is a difference between getting a response and autonomously acting. The opportunity is very big. I mean, presently it is very difficult to estimate. The key part is 80% of the workforce will be impacted. Mark my words, 80% of the workforce will be impacted and 39% of the skills needs an update. How we perform the work. Early adopters will gain competitive advantage in the workflows market. So let us spend some time on the tools and applications. Can we have a poll, please?
Poll is live for another 20 seconds.
You can see the ChatGPT adoption. It is writing and coding. That is the most sought out use case. But as I said, That is only because the response you get, as Eric Schmidt said, it is beautiful for writing, but this is just a beginning. And that is not the skill which is required, because that everybody has to understand that. But see the industry part. Okay. Tech leads are doing agentic AI, which is very different than ChatGPT. Marketing dominates because it's very huge, and marketing is a creative field. A lot of agents are working. So is finance. So you can see these two segments are likely to impact big time because of the agentic AI, right? Now, what I will do, I can show you some agent if it is possible. These are some of these tools which are available today. ChatGPT agent has been released 4 weeks back. Complex workflow is managing. You have Perplexity, which is having a research agent. Google AI Studio, there are many Gemini models which you can do. There is Otter AI, meeting transcription, Notion at workplace, and GitHub, those who are familiar with coding. There is also this particular agents. What I will do, I will show you a live demo of one of the agents, which is very popular, called Manas. And I can show you, this is what the prompt I have given, that create a social media campaign for a coffee shop and autonomously deliver this. But I will log on to my computer and I will share. Varun, tell me whether you are able to see my screen.
Yes, I am.
You are able to see my browser, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm logging to Manas AI, and there are many agents like what Manas is doing, but I will try to show you what Manas can do so that you get some perspective what I'm talking on the slide, a live demo of one agent, and there are many. One is Manas, other is GenSpark, which also I will demo. There is a ChatGPT agent, which is released very recently. All of you, Varun, just confirm that you are able to see my screen.
Yes, I confirm we're able to see that.
Yeah, so you can see this is an agent. This is not ChatGPT. It is an agent. So I will ask him to do exactly what, because we are in the webinar, so I want to be conscious of time. So I will give him this prompt because I have a limitation of time as well as the tokens it will use, and you can see how it operates autonomously. No. You can see this is the file which I have given, and what it has generated is a social media post. You can see coffee shop, social media campaign, your daily ritual, our community story. That's what he did. Then campaign theme. So you got the first campaign theme, your daily ritual, our community story. Core concept, it has given digital hospitality. If you are a coffee shop, this is your business. Authentic storytelling, community building, educational value, sustainability. So these are the things which you should use for promoting on social media. It has given you Instagram post titles, 7 a.m. regular meet, from bean to bliss. You can see he has also given based on the present trends, hashtags, community and connection, quality on craft, lifestyle, what you will do. This is the schedule it has generated. And it is tracked real time what is happening outside, how people are posting on Instagram. It also says you should monitor your success metrics. And one thing it can do, it can go and post this automatically. I am not generated right now, but it can go and post these results automatically. So this is how the agents work. And this is much different than an output you can get from a chat GPT. I have given a prompt, which I will show you again. You can see you are an agent, create a social media campaign for a coffee shop. And this is what business leaders need to do. How do you create this prompt so that all the delegation you can do? There are some more prerequisite. When you do this kind of job, ask him to post. What are the rules, governance, what authority you will give it to him? Right now, I have not given him the social media handles because it can go and delete the handles. It can post something which perhaps I didn't want to post. It can create many of those things. So number one, how to interact with him. And number two, how to govern, how to monitor, how to control, so that all 100% of the time, the agent should be under your control. Agent should be under your control. You can see this is Claude. This is another one artifact. Okay. It can create code. I can show you this agent further. Those who are not familiar with Claude, I can go and see the Claude. Varun, you are able to see my screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so this is a Claude, and this is one of the most popular chatbot called Anthropic, from a company called Anthropic, and this is their chatbot. They have two models. There it is called Sonnet. You can see here, this is Claude Opus 4.1 is their most intelligent model. It takes time, but it generates really classic outputs. Other is Sonnet. And there are old models, like you can see the old models. Right now, I will use for speed Sonnet model. Then I can show you what all things it can do. It can load a file, take a screenshot. It can work on the code with GitHub. It can have these projects. So you can see there are many projects. I'm not going there. You can also take the files from Google Drive so that you don't have to load. Now it also has tools, and there are phenomenal tools. I can give my style, saying that you should able to write in academic style, marketing style. This is my brand. You can give that. I've given extended thinking so that you should think twice. I have given an access to that web search, and there are many more connectors. You can see the number of connectors available here. Google, Mail, and you can see the connectors. You are able to see. Varun, you are able to see.
Yes, we are able to see that. All the connectors.
So those who are from the IT industry, the API world has been shifted. You work with chatbots with a new protocol called Model Context Protocol, by which MCPs, so these are all MCPs are available. And the bot can control from Zapier to RAM to PayPal, so it can do payments as well. Netflix, you can see Hugging Face. This is an infrastructure one. It can do many those things. So you can see it is not a simple chatbot. It is not a simple chatbot. It is a very sophisticated, get context, get tools. This is the agent called research. I'm not filling because it will take up a lot of time, but I will give you a simple prompt saying that, hello, I am now showing a demo of programming in webinar. Generate React code to say hello from SPJIMR PGDM Online to participants in this webinar. And you can generate any language from Java to Python. I'm generating this because I want to be very quick. So you can see it will now have two parts. It will split the screen and it will generate a new computer. Just watch this demo so that you understand what is the power. See how it is going back and forth, generating a code. Varun, you are able to see the code, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm able to see how fast it's generating all the code lines.
So you can see now it will split the screen and it will execute as well. So programming today, you have to see how to prompt rather than doing actual programming. You can see here on the left-hand side. Are you able to see the demo it generated? Hello, SPJIMR PGDM Online Programming Demo, React Demo, live coding, interactive sessions. Let us start together. So I can give the prompt. It will generate it. You can see here today how beautifully it generated with align this code. If without this, would have taken me a day to come to this screen. It has taken me hardly 2 minutes. And this is very simple. I have developed myself a large application using this particular one, and they work seamlessly. So you can see how programming has shifted. And this is the Claude model from Anthropic. Let's see some more agents. So you can see Gemini. Gemini is very popular from Google. We can create videos because Gemini model is extremely popular for creating videos. Let's go to Gemini and see how we can create videos. Correct. This is the Gemini model, and I can ask him to create. There are tools. I can ask either a video. There is a video creation. You can see. Okay. I will give him. Now you can see here video, right? I can ask him. Those who are knowing Michael Porter, 5 forces and industry competitiveness. Let us see what does Gemini do. These are the frontier models, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. You can focus on these three. You will able to know the developments. Other applications are all subset of what these models are doing, because these are frontier models, billions of dollars invested. And of course, the only competition is coming from China because they are also building these models. Otherwise, you can take the baseline model. It is like, the first mover advantage is with these models. You can see it is generating video. I have shown you code. I have shown you the output earlier of the plan. Now you can see the video. And I'm showing you different models so that you can get some perspective how these models are. It will take a minute so that you can see what it does. And this is the model which I've used. Some of these animations you saw at the beginning of this webinar. By the way, all PowerPoint slides are generated by these models. So you can see the color scheme and all, everything I gave prompted, and it was generated using these particular models. You are able to see now this, Varun? I will run the video which it generated.
Yes.
The 5 Forces framework is designed to help analysts understand the industry's competitiveness and its potential for profitability. The 5 Forces framework is designed to help analysts understand the industry's competitiveness and its potential for profitability.
So you can see I've given a simple prompt because video takes time, but it can now start going to individual force. I can keep generating these videos, animation, and then you can have a very interactive thing, which I used to generate plain simple slide. I can embed these videos inside my PowerPoint as well. So we created, and there is a last one, which I can show you, a Jain AI. This is a very interesting agent, which has created digital workforce. So the concept here is you can go to this particular market and hire your digital workforce agent, and you can get many agents. I want sales manager. You will get an agent here. You can see here. GenSpark AI. It is called super agent, but this has many agents. So you can see here what it can do. Okay. You can generate podcasts, it can generate videos. Now it has a long list of the agents available here, which you can add. You can see here, this is an agent generate slides. This is an agent which can generate Google Sheet, AI Docs. This is an agent you can hire for developer. This is an agent you can hire as a designer. This is an agent you can do chatting. Sorry. This is the agent. So you can see here, there is a large number of agents. You can see here the number of agents available. Of course, they will charge you. This is a call center agent, and it is a podcast generator agent, basic agents, advanced agents. Of course, this is expensive right now because it's initial, but you can get some idea that how the agentic thing is moving. You can hire from the developer, he will charge you. But there are now tools available. For example, N8N. You can generate your own agent and it will not take more than an hour to build your own agent. Of course, we don't have a time today. So the key part is productivity transformation. You saw the coding which I have done. More than 55% time will get saved. Productivity gain, and there are large number of projects. You can go there on GitHub and you can see this. So the key part is what is future of work. So future of work, you have to lead the agent. So far, managers used to lead human beings. Now you will have to lead hybrid teams. Performance metrics will change. The no-code revolution has taken place, so there is an equalization. People used to say, I know IT, and there was a stream of people who will say, no, IT support is required. Like I said in the beginning, democratization of intelligence. There is a new wave of democratization of how application development takes place. You don't require skills to code. That is a big deal. No coding is required. So leading hybrid workforce is the key. So you can listen to this video, watch it, how the work is not work, but it will lead to an orchestration. How do I delegations?
Shifted to orchestration. What do I mean by that? If you think about the 5 levels of AI intelligence, right? You have chatbots. We checked that off in 2023. We got to PhD reasoning. That was a bit about last year in October. We then now are in the space over the past 6 to 9 months of agents being new. Just a few weeks ago, OpenAI launched agents for ChatGPT, but then so did Google when it came to Opal. That was what, Thursday? But I don't think that matters, because that's what matters now. And I'd encourage us to think, okay, well, what actually matters most? And what matters most is where we're going. Because in the future, pretty closely, we're going to have AI-powered innovations. We see that in healthcare already. But then what would an entirely AI-powered organization look like? Because a lot of startups are actually building AI native.
This is very important.
They're thinking, how do I run a $100 million company with 10 of us? What would that look like? And so it's fascinating, right, as you start to think about AI. Don't ask what matters now, because all of the hype, you see it. You see it in your screens, your news feeds. But ask yourself, out of this, what matters most? What matters most, I think, is really cool. It's, when you think about agentic AI, it's actually pretty cool, right? Our workflows are being redesigned. If I have an idea, I can build out an agent to start to do the design, the research, to write. If I don't like what it's doing, I can have it iterate on itself. I had OpenAI's agent last week book me a reservation, not because I needed it to. I could have picked up the phone, but I just wanted to try it out, right? Discovering what's possible. It's really fascinating. This came out about a month ago from the CEO of Anthropic, Claude. the Claude platform, and this struck me a little. He said, our devs are orchestrating multiple Claude instances like conductors. 90% of code will be written by AI within 10 months, and we're already at 70%. And what that is leading us to me, when I think about what matters most, is that our org charts are actually going to start to shift. Here's one I mocked up, but here's the sample, right? You're not going to just have VPs of sales and HR and ops and product anymore. What we are going to do is we're going to have those people still there and AI leads for their functions, because you're going to need someone to create all of the agents to do the stuff, but also to oversight, to think about human in the loop, all of these things.
You can see the key part, the new digital workforce org chart. So tomorrow's organizations will be AI and human. Now, who will be superior? It is a question mark, but there will be leads, both bot leads and the KPIs will change, because like earlier era, you used to develop human resources. Manager's job was to develop the subordinates. Here, the job of this leader also to develop bots. You can see Parker. He is very familiar face from Valance. You can see.
Is all about how do we erase the parts of our job we don't like? How do we erase contacting call centers? How do we erase the labor of doing performance reviews? How do we erase understanding how to book time off and create an HR function that's more automated? But if we think about what many of us do as knowledge workers, we want to get rid of this routine work, and we want to be able to focus on essentially decision making. And as we think about decision making, we're sort of processing information, we're adding context, and we're reasoning. And LLMs can already do that reasoning, and they can do it increasingly better. And so as we move to a world where they can process more information and they can add more context about the business, about the job, about how to do that job well, they're increasingly going to be able to reason and make a decision. And so how we are collaborating with an AI colleague, how we are dividing responsibilities with an AI colleague, how we are maintaining trust and psychological safety in that world when we know that AI colleague might get better and better and better. I think they're profound questions. We had a chat with the CHRO of Prudential, and what he was saying is, before we do workforce planning, we need to do work planning and understand how we're going to plan work with AI, and then how we're going to bring people and AI into it. And he proposed a chief work officer versus a chief HR officer as the core function coming up.
So you can see the work will undergo a change. There will be a hybrid workforce. You will have human team, AI agents, hybrid roles. So the key part is there will be human AI collaboration and natural language management. That is extremely important. So what is future of skills? Can we have the poll, please? If the poll is not ready, yes, okay. Okay. So you can see you did not answer this question is a majority one, because it's a very important part. And you can see what the industry situation is. So you can see the production, that is where the most of the agents are getting one. Healthcare lags, even though they are planning. Finance is moving fast. So that is what is happening. So today's manager, AI as a tools, because we keep talking of whether you are using tools. Tomorrow, he will be leading the team of agents. You will have to see how to distribute the work between human and an algorithm and how to improve the productivity. So that is extremely important to manage the hybrid part. So what will be the core skills? You will require bot development. You will require human AI coordination, performance management, because performance management will go who carries powerful agent. He will be the best sort out manager. It will not be saying that I can do, so it will, that intelligence will get equalized. So you can see these are traditional MBA skills. Most of these answers you will get from ChatGPT and it will be on the decline. What will be on the rise is the algorithmic skills. How do you do strategic thinking? Because there are certain skills which will not go away and certain skills will definitely deplete it, right? For algorithmic management of organizations, how do I communicate with AI? How do I quality control that? How do I collaborate it with that? And the remaining these four skills will continue to be dominant by humans. So there will be a split between what humans can do and what AI can do. So you can see this is the AI communication skill. When I used to do MBA classes, at that time, core skill was business communication. And we used to tell almost 20 hours of business communication. I think as you go further in the MBA classroom, the MBA classrooms will open with AI communication skills. And of course, people called it prompt engineering, but I think it is underhyped. AI communication will become the #1 skill as you go forward. Then how do you lead between human and agents and hybrid roles? These are the four skills AI will not able to replace. Strategic thinking and planning. So make sure that your career, you are able to get the skill. Creative problem solving. AI is far away from that. Continuous learning and adoption and ethical decision making, because there is a data involved. So ethics will be extremely important. So as I said, how do you master the AI communication skill? You can have a framework and I can show you, I've shown you some prompt, context, language, example, adjust and refine. And what is context? The more input, more precise thing you give it to AI, the communication becomes much richer. You are able to get the output faster. You require precision in language. We have a habit of giving any chatbot, any prompt, that gives only a toy answers. Moment you are vague, the chatbot is equally vague, and then people say it is hallucinating. It is not hallucinating. Since you are an ambiguous input, it is trying to find the best possible match to that ambiguous input and gives the answer. So desired output showing is extremely important. What you want from that particular AI, and then you can iterate. So this is #1 skill as you go forward. And then communication and team starting. So you can see the number of roles will get changed. Prompt architect, context provider, integration lead. And as I go further, you can see here, already there are new jobs started coming. How do you collaborate between AI and human teams? There will be different metrics for performance evaluation. How you are making bots successful. You can also see how the seamless handoff happen between human and AI, how much you are able to do. And as I further, there are new jobs emerging. If you know the interaction skill, AI integrator, robot training, because there are autonomous agents, virtual culture, because these are virtual agents. How do you work with them? Ethics, evaluator, cyber ecosystem. So you can see the new job skills which will emerge. So MBAs have a strategic advantage with AI. Strategic thinking, clear objectives. You will have strategy plus AI power, business acumen plus business context. So leadership skill and quality control. So you don't need to learn the code. It is very important to see how do I interact with AI. And that skill will be #1 skill as we move in the world of agentic AI. Varun, I think I will wait here and I will see what is the next. If there are Q&A possible, you want to do, how you want to do that.
There are a couple of questions which people have asked. Meanwhile, we can definitely answer them. So one of the joinee has asked, as agentic AI begins to automate more complex decision-oriented tasks, how should we strategically redesign organizational structure and team roles to maximize human AI collaboration?
See the way to do it. For example, I will give you from my one. It is not that where I will use agentic AI. You should visualize the way we mentioned that the whole chain is designing using agentic AI, and then you see your own role, saying that where do I give guidance, control, governance, and then you will get the correct human AI collaboration. You cannot have a mindset saying that this is my workflow and I will put agentic AI as a tool in between. Then you are expecting only a productivity gain of some degree based on where you are implementing. But if you reimagine the work, if you see the key part on my video saying that you have to reimagine the work between what work will be split with humans and what work will split with agent, and then decide the collaboration between human and agent. Make sure that human role will not go away. It will have control, monitoring, governance of agents. And that skill is very different than getting the work done. Work will be done. What delegation you give it to the agent will be very important. Yeah, our next one.
The next question is, what are the potentials of generative AI in the humanitarian and emergency sectors? Identification of refugees and intelligent distribution coordination to reach most vulnerable people on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, both agentic AI and generative AI can go right from mines. You have seen one example of mines. People today are giving biometric. So if you have a biometric data base available, you can help refugees. Those who are interested, there is a United Nations refugee platform, which is there on one side. The aid is available. On the other side, the refugees are available with biometrics identity, and then the AI matches saying that which aid should go to which part and which logistic agencies do. United Nations has that portal. You can go and see how AI is working there.
Pulkit has a question. If you're a product leader just starting to explore agentic AI, where you should begin? What's the most important to learn first, both about the technology works and how to use it responsibly in the workplace products?
Yeah, if you are a product manager, I think you do a lot of ideation. And ideation is the first part. You get your feet wet by starting the ideation with AI, because that will give you a good idea, because most of these are digital products. So how ideation works. And there was a video which I've circulated, Imagine and all. That is, I think, the first part, because that is the most difficult part, because suddenly AI can give you an ideas which you never thought of. So I think the first starting point for product managers is an ideation phase. Try to use these tools. You will get maximum benefits.
Ajit has a question. So we will be using agentic AI for our business purpose. Can we expect any technical knowledge in order to customize the system?
I think technical knowledge is a very loaded word. I don't think we will be able to address that correctly. But you need to have a knowledge of how agents work. And most importantly, what agents can do and agents cannot do, and what are the risks available. I have shown you an agent, and you can go also on the web, the Replit agent. It was working very beautifully for many days. And suddenly it hit an algorithmic condition, and it went out of control and deleted whole enterprise files. I mean, it is available on the internet. So what you need to be aware of is what are the risks and how do I control these agents. They will do a good job. There is no doubt about it. But controlling and governance is extremely important, and that is the job of managers. You cannot leave them autonomously. They can be very dangerous agents as well.
All right. Professor Alfred has a question. With AI system becoming more agentic and making autonomous decisions, what frameworks or practices do you recommend for leaders to establish clear accountability and maintain ethical oversight especially when AI action leads to significant error or unforeseen outcome?
Yeah, so see, the AI part, if you have seen the presentation on the left-hand side of the continuum, lot of creativity. I mean, every answer AI gives or every decision AI gives, you'll find it is extraordinary. In fact, many people on ChatGPT answer comes, people believe that most likely it is a correct answer. Many times that answer is not right. So the best way is to create your interaction templates. And in AI jargon, they are called prompt templates. And you can have saying that what is my organization context, what is my organization governance rule, what you should do, what you should not do, examples. So for example, many companies which are started using this agents, their interaction template is more than 25 pages. It is not a small prompt. They write all the rules so that agent does not go out of control. So the key part is interaction, and secondly, start generating your own templates to control these agents. That will help you. But it is an iterative process because you put a template, then you learn something, then you modify the template. You can see on my video, I mentioned clear framework. And that is the main thing, that the interaction model, you have to iterate in your context. There is no general context that what works for me will work for you. Your organization context is different. Your task will be different. So you will have to develop your own prompt template.
All right. We have a question from James. Professor Kamath, can you explain and share more again what exactly is the coffee shop agent? Did you build this agent yourself, or it's just the Claude AI that you're using to get the social media post?
No, I used an agent called Manas agent. You can Google and say Manas AI. You can go to their website. There are free credits available. And you can say, I want to develop a coffee business and please help me with social media marketing. You will get exactly the plan which is there. I did not build anything. I just only told him because I didn't want to give my handle names and all. So I said, only give me that. So it is developed using Manas AI. You can Google and go to the site, give exactly the same prompt. You will get the full plan. I did not use Claude for that. I used Manas AI.
Yeah. Salma has a question. As a programmer and application developer, how could I use or add AI in my project, which is in educational field? For autism spectrum, how could I add AI that will help me and my target audience?
I did not understand. Can you repeat the question first? Advertisement business, is it?
Education field, AI in the project of education field for autism spectrum.
That is not very clear, the term. Can you explain me what is this educational field?
Mm.
I'm not clear about that, so I'm not able
So
to answer.
basically, autism spectrum is a disorder. It's a neurological disorder
Okay.
that affects how people interact, communicate, and learn. And Salma is building a project in the education field to help these people. So how can AI help that?
Yeah, the disorder you can do, but either if I'm in eyes and hands are strong, you can use the communication of text. If the disorder is on that part, you can use voice. That is one part. There are some advanced techniques by which you can give signals by hand gestures and all, and build a template saying that what help is required. In fact, I don't have a video, otherwise I would have shown that people who are disabled, how they are using both robotic part and generative AI to help to overcome that disorder. So my suggestion is build your interaction model, whether which senses are working, which senses are not working, and whichever are working, use those to interact with the AI with the template. As I said, you require a framework to interact, and then it will help.
All right. We have one more question. After all these studies that you have made, do you think that AI in many sectors, there will be employees losing their jobs?
I think this is the question. This is discussed. I have generated an industry reports as well. Uh, Job losing is a function of an individualistic. For example, If you ask me what people were doing in 1980s, and if you have that skill today, you will not have a job. It is given. But the question is, are you preparing yourself for the future and are you acquiring those skills? If you acquire the skills, I don't think job, because the jobs will change the shape. As I said, business communication was important. I also give you a tip saying that internet made information democratic. Prior to internet, the persons in cities, perhaps, sitting in the newsrooms, sitting in the big corporates who have a large army on the field, who used to know what the information is coming. Other people where all information asymmetry was existing. Today, internet from rural India, he will also know the stock market price. You will also know what government is saying. Also, he will know, you will know. So there is a complete democratization. AI will bring another democratization, intelligence. But you will not get free. You will have to put the efforts, and saying that, how do I interact? As soon as you put and develop that skill, you will see your new competencies developed. And those new competencies will protect you from obsolescence. That is my answer. Whether the jobs will go, if you remain saying that what I was doing and that job I want for tomorrow, answer is no, those job losses will be real.
All right. Balakumar has a question. What would be an approach for medical professionals to learn from the basics and build upon it? Or there is only need to learn about the tools and utility of AI to use in the healthcare to deliver products?
No, I don't think that is correct. I can give you two examples of AI. Number one, you must be familiar, the large part of world population is diabetes. And I'm also a diabetic patient, and I used to get fed up pricking my fingers, checking my sugar, and then, all over the place, fingers going problematic. Today, Abbott has done and put a sensor on my shoulder here, and I can see the sugar. It generate analytics. It's give me an intelligence saying that your sugar is going up, sugar is going down, real time. Sensor. And then there are many other interesting. There are advices, and AI is helping me to saying that I should walk now because your sugar is up. Then Nike tells me what kind of shoes I should use and jog for how much time. Then there are food recipes coming saying that looking at your patterns, these are the food recipes. Please take, your diabetes will go under control. So you can see there are many opportunities opens for AI. The second thing, continuing from diabetic thing, diabetic also has a huge issue on the eye naturopathy, because over a period of time, your eyesight starts degenerating or gets reduction. So very interesting part, but the iris carries the information of almost from age to your all biological characters in that iris. And iris scans we are available all over. And in fact, see, Sundar Pichai, the Google CEO, is continuously in Chennai. And you will ask me why he is in Chennai. Of course, he's a South Indian, so he will visit Chennai, but that is not the reason he goes. He goes to the Arvind Eye hospitals because they do a lot of these eye-related one and take the iris scans. And he has compiled more than 2 billion iris scans, and he will able to soon able to predict, saying that 5 years ahead of time whether you will get the stroke. That is the power AI will have. And you can see on the phones, I have a phones, there are four cameras, if you are able to see. They are not for selfies. Today we are taking the selfies, but tomorrow one of those cameras will FDI will certify, saying that do it yourself, these iris scans, and give it. I mean, it could be many others as well. And all these clinical trial centers which are there, perhaps will go to museum. So medical science has a huge potential with AI.
Aditya has a question. How would you measure the success of AI adoption in an organization, for example, recruitment agency?
Number one, how many jobs you are able to cycle time? That is number one, because cycle time obviously has to go if AI you have deployed big time. Skill match, because earlier skill matching is human, lots of errors. And how much time you spend as an effort to do recruitment. That has to go down because AI will interview the people, they will evaluate competencies. So it is a second level, you will check a shortlisted filter. So cycle time reduction, best possible match, whether it is giving. And secondly, how much recruitment time is going down. These three metrics will tell you whether your agent is doing perfectly good job.
Shruti has a question. I understand in frameworks, usually ChatGPT or Gemini library are integrated, and AI agent is integrated in CI/CD pipelines in development. Is it true?
AI agents are integrated everywhere, and you are right, CI/CD, because DevOps is the biggest casualty. Just I was before coming to this webinar, we were developing one of the softwares, and we are an academic institute, and obviously we use a lot of these simulations from Harvard, Coursera type case studies. So we have developed an interesting agentic AI application where I can give a prompt, agent builds a simulation, another agent takes up that particular developed application, moves it to an Hugging Face, that is a infrastructure. Third agent puts a database is in operation, and fourth agent make the whole thing operational live. In fact, there was no CI/CD pipeline. It was completely DevOps short-circuited. The entire application was development to deploy in flat 10 minutes. So impact is very high, and AI agents are integrated in CI/CD pipeline. That is the straight answer.
Right. Thank you, Professor Kamath. I think we have answered most of the questions and queries. Some of the questions are similar, and we are slightly little bit over time as well. So I've shared my email address and a link to book a meeting slot with me, where you can definitely throw more questions and connect with me. If you're planning for a PGDM program, which is AICTE approved, that integrates information management and analytics specialization, that does includes AI and ML business intelligence in analytics, you can look forward to connect with us over the same. Thank you so much, Professor Kamath, for wisely answering all the questions and queries, and for a wonderful presentation that demonstrated a lot of examples and a great learning for all of us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Varun, and all my best wishes to the participants. Feel free. We are at SPJIMR PGDM Online, has number of these components which I mentioned today, and best wishes for the future. Thank you. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, based on from whichever place in the globe you are logging on. Have a great day or great evening. Thank you.